All right, everyone, welcome back into another props video. Going to be touching on the top prop bets for today on Flex Friday on PrizePicks. Let's go ahead and get into it. And so just using the 9 to 5 cheat sheet for PrizePicks right now, we are going to see that we do have several of good bets on paper today. But really the thing I want to call it is that today we are getting a lot of good stacking opportunities here. So let's go into the MLB specific tab so we can get a bigger, better breakdown of it. So looking at it, guys, when we see it, we got a game here with Boston and Baltimore where we have a chance to stack it. And what we'd be hoping for is that this game is going to be a little bit higher scoring than what Vegas is thinking. So it is definitely an interesting line, I would say, between these players. So we got 1, 2, 3 players in this game that would be considered good bets for their overs based off of the average Vegas line that's putting out there. At the same time, Vegas isn't saying that it's going to be a massively high scoring game. So I will say that is a very interesting kind of discrepancy that we have between the lines. At the same time, I do like the fact that we are getting that stacking opportunity. You know, we look at the starting pitchers for this game as well. Corbin Burns is obviously pitching, obviously a good pitcher there. But then on the other side, not exactly the best. You know, 4 wins, 4 losses, decently high ERA, not too many strikeouts. So like we don't mind that. Let's see the batting order for those players that we're on. All right, so batter number 1, batter number 1, and batter number 2. Obviously, we like seeing that. So just trying to give ourselves more opportunities to potentially get that over. So we do like that. Now, Duran has the weird off-the-field stuff that's been going on. I don't think we're all too, I would say, worried about that hurting his performance, but it is something to note. And just I want to look at how the books were kind of favoring this game in general, just to make sure everyone's on the same page. So yes, it is going to be 8.5 points across the board. So that's kind of my long way of saying, and this is from the 9 to 5 Sportsbook tab as an FYI there. I do like the idea of stacking this. Would I be surprised if this doesn't work out? No, but at the same time, I think it's going to be worthwhile. And the other stack that we have is one that I want to point out that the projection data for William Contreras does not like the over. That's the only slight hindrance that we have. But other than that, we do have another stacking opportunity here. Jackson Chourio and William Contreras for their over. And again, the issue here is that the game is supposed to be lower scoring, and they are actually going to be on the side of it being lower scoring. They're 1.5 point or run dogs in this game. And so let's go ahead and take a peek at that game. And we look at the starting pitcher in both games. I would say nothing too crazy there. Contreras is going to be batting 4th. You got Chourio batting 2nd. You know, we like that at least. So again, not a perfect slate, but good enough, I would say. So we have 5 bets that we can stack. Now, obviously, by stacking, that's going to mean that the payout is going to be slightly reduced. Again, I'm kind of okay with that on Flex Friday when we have several bets that we can potentially stack. And obviously, the other one that we have currently is going to be Garrett Cole for over his pitching fantasy score. Okay, the average sportsbook line would have this set at 37.87. The projection would have it set at 37.94. And so we are only getting a slight edge when we look at his fantasy score of 37.5. Maybe this is actually a better bet on Underdog to bet the under, where they seem to be overvaluing him a little bit, but we do see he's a heavy favorite to get over that sportsbook line of 37.87. It's about a 57% likelihood Vegas is giving him. And again, this is going to be a game that's pretty low scoring as well, and they are favored to win. Maybe he has the potential to get a win. Probably not going to get a quality start, but we have 6 decent bets there. Now, I do want to call out some other ones that we are getting that are fine if you guys want to go there as well. MLB wise, so we got Aaron Nola for over 5.5 strikeouts. That's one of the better ones that we have. Cody Bellinger for over his fantasy score. Again, another decent one that we are getting today. Brian Reynolds, who let me down, I think it was 2 nights ago. That's a decent one. We did see Corey Seager was popping up for his over here. Then you could stack him potentially with Marcus Semien. Like, those are all decent as well. Now, WNBA is back today as well. We are getting 4 okay props, but the issue that I have with all these is that the projection data is telling us to do the opposite. So for me, I'm saying those are kind of hands off. Don't need to go with those. PGA wise, most of the bets are going to be live by the time you guys get in here. If Tom Kim is still off by a stroke, I think that's a good one. Or Cameron Young. I would say I favor the unders a little bit better on Underdog today. But I did want to call that out in case this video gets out before they tee off. I'm not sure it's going to, though. Now, real quickly, I want to talk about the results that I've been having lately, and it's been extremely tilting because it's been around this theme here, where the 9 to 5 cheat sheet has been doing really well in terms of being over the expected hit rate lately, this past month. But it's been stuff like this, where it's 3 for 4, 3 for 5, 4 for 6. So that first slip I showed you was one that I actually posted on Twitter 2 nights ago. for that for yesterday's slate. This is one where I just ran the top 5 prop bets that we got. Obviously went 3 for 5, had a DNP in there. And then here's 2 nights ago now. And as you can see, we did have that stacking opportunity there. But I just want to point out that's been kind of the tilting theme that's been going on lately, where it's kind of like good news, bad news. Good news, the bets are hitting a little bit more than they've been expected to lately. The bad news is that they've only been hitting as flex, haven't had that big hit in the month of August just yet. Now, I will say the fact that we are running out stacks, we're betting on the game more so, probably a little bit less or a little bit more likely for it to be a day in which maybe goes 1 for 5 or something like that, or 1 for 6 in this scenario. That could happen. I just don't expect it to happen. Obviously, we're getting some decent edges here, so fingers are crossed. This is the Flex Friday slip that we currently have. If you guys want access to any of the tools that you saw in this video, make sure to head on over to 9to5sports.com, available on the website for just $10 a month. Included in that is going to be access to all the fantasy golf tools, as well as the NFL preseason lineup builder. That'll be available for regular season as well. All right, that's going to be all. Do want to call it that I did add in a flip cheat sheet as well. Currently, MLB prop bets are in there as well. Working on some WNBA, hoping to get soccer added. College football will be live for next week as well. All right, thanks for watching. Good luck, and as always, let's keep cashing.